It's the world premiere of Cachao, Uno Mas, and after the film, John Santos and friends, and I hear there's going to be a little surprise, but Andy Garcia are going to be playing here at Yoshi's.
Cachao, really his dignity. He's such a honest and trustworthy person, and very concerned about passing on a legacy and the history of the music, and doing things the way that he learned and passing that on to young people, and you know, the way he carried himself.
Everything that I know about music arcs back to Cachao. You know, not to say I don't have other influences, and not to say that I don't listen to other people, but the gentleman that, you know, the man who touched me in a very specific way was Cachao, and that's who I give it up to.
In the current issue of Partisan Review, Lenny Michaels has a posthumous interview, and he said, "To me, Cachao is someone on the same level as Picasso." And maybe Lenny was slightly exaggerated, but as far as what Cachao means to Afro-Cuban music, to Latin music, he's not exaggerating. Cachao is one of the titans of the music.
Cachao kind of blazed on with this mentality that started early on in Cuba, and so it was nice to see what this was and to see that it still existed.
We're hanging out at the Vanity Fair Hospitality Lounge next to the Kabuki, and we had the opportunity to talk to local filmmaker Craig Baldwin.
So it's really a kind of a biography of Jack Parsons. See what I mean? So it really is based on real events, post-war California, and that's how it happened.
But what did you do to them?
Well, what I did is I put them together in a way. I fragmented, I split them, I shredded them. You know, I diced them up and, you know, recombined them. In other words, it's not a straight biopic, which is boring to me, and, you know, and hackneyed and trivial. What I like to do is bring in elements from outside, you know, collateral elements, I call it, you know, to the side, you know, peripheral, auxiliary, supplemental, secondary, tertiary elements, and mix it up to open up the character, to create more of a sense of wonder and speculation and curiosity. So that's what I did. Basically, the story's there, but you don't watch it in a linear way. You watch it like a spiral, like a helix.
It became a very unconventional thing. I mean, it became like a black and white film without any songs and dance sequences and all that stuff. So one thing was I wanted to do something different, and this idea was there. And people have called this a very un-Indian Indian film. I've been very much influenced by the Italian cinema, the neorealism cinema, much of the European cinema actually, and the Iranian films, and old timers from India like Satyajit Ray and all. So they are like my gurus, you know.